very sorry. We're not professionals, obviously.
We're pretty professional, to be completely honest.
We're pretty professional. Okay, now,
How many places do you know that could do what we just do what you just did? I didn't do anything. Do what you just did in the matter of literally like 11 minutes.
well, I don't know. I'm not that impressed with myself, but thank you for saying that.
You should
Now,
be.
I am confirming we are now live on Amazon.
Oh, hey now, live on Amazon. I'm confirming right now we are live on YouTube.
Awesome. All right.
Confirmed.
So I'm going to go see where we're live on YouTube and see what we've got going on because I probably have messed up all of the titles, descriptions, and everything because I was just like, just get live. We'll
YouTube.
fix everything later. We'll fix it all later. Okay. So
Hey,
we have a few things that we're going to mention. Number one, I'm going to go into the live that was accidentally not the correct thing or earlier. And I'll trim down your little section. And for anyone who is interested, Scott is selling off some of his gear. So you may want to go check out that video so that you can take a look and maybe that will be, something for you. Okay, but today we are here for episode 7 of Would You Buy That on Amazon products. And so this is the show where we take random items and then ask each other, as well as you in the audience, that question of would you buy that? You can follow along. I'm probably a liar because it didn't copy the description correctly. In the old video, there was a description for not only the Amazon live window as well as the Amazon shopping list if you want to follow along. It probably didn't save. So, right? Yeah, of
it's
course not.
okay. It's
It's
all
okay.
right. We got it. We're gonna
It's
do
okay.
this live. This is
We're
what
gonna
we
do
do.
it.
We go live on Tuesdays, and we make amazing content.
Oh,
Content
it's
that's
so
simply
amazing.
it is amazing. It is
So,
amazing.
I guess one thing that I can do though is I can go at least find those list of items and I can put them in the respective chat boxes. So,
Fantastic.
we will do that in the meantime behind the scenes whilst we do all the rest of the stuff. All
All
right.
behind the scenes all the
It
time.
is all behind the scenes and all the time. So I'm very excited that you guys are here. It's Tuesday. It's our favorite. Well, it's one of my favorite days of the week because it kicks off the week of live streaming. So we start Tuesdays. And then we've got for our show, tomorrow is your show. And then Thursday
Mhm.
is my show. So, I mean, it's
It's
just one of those like, woo.
Tuesday is one of the best days of the week in terms of like Shelly had mentioned, it kicks off the Weeko Live, and I gotta just do it's the week of live that always comes back. So we started out with see, this is why Tuesdays work as the day when you go and you're like, I'm gonna buy stuff on Amazon. This is what we do. We bring stuff for you to buy, and it is, I'll tell you today, whoo-wee, wide variety of stuff that we're gonna be choosing from. But there's one thing in here I am so excited about one particular thing because when I saw it, I was like, I'm gonna buy 4 of these.
Oh, really?
It
Oh,
was
goodness.
that good. Like, and you'll notice if you're paying attention at home, there are certain things in my Amazon cart which you will see. All of the items in my Amazon cart today, all 4 I would buy. So I'm gonna give you the preemptive thumbs up on every mine. I'm really proud of today's stuff. Really proud of
Okay.
today's stuff.
Wow.
I'm really proud of today's stuff.
Okay. I love that you're
So
so like confident
I've
in it. You're
just
just like,
sold it. All of you guys are gonna crap all over me like that is stupid. But there's one that everybody's gonna be like, yes. Yes.
and let's see if we know which one that is. Well,
Do,
I guess we will.
do we start out with it or do I just slide it in? I'm not gonna
How would I know?
I don't know. You're not gonna know. But
I
we're
don't
gonna
even know
start.
which one you're talking about.
You don't know, and that's the best part. You're like, why is he so excited about
I don't
something
know.
this
Yeah.
dumb? But first of all, I have actually been in the market for trying to find this very first thing that you have on the list. This very
Oh,
first thing that you have on the list is something
okay.
that I think a
Right.
lot of people should have. Hopefully, I'm sharing the window. There we
You
go.
are.
The very first
Ah,
thing is an 80-inch camera tripod that is it's specifically for traveling, and this is why I think it's a big deal because it also comes with a monopod. I think people drastically underestimate the need for a monopod. I'm just gonna throw that in there. Just throw that out there. I think people really, really need it, but I love the fact that this particular thing comes with the ball head that's attached, which you can see right here, as well as something over here to the right, it's not the greatest thing I've ever seen in terms of
Oh,
holding
yeah.
your
Oh,
cell
no, those
phone.
are awful. I would not
I
use that.
I
I'd
wouldn't
switch
use
that
it,
out for an Ulanzi.
but I strongly agree, but the idea that you can now have this in a nice little carrying pack plus a monopod for less than $60.
Well, and also I think I picked this one, it was on sale. Like, it's actually a more expensive tripod, and it was, like, a deal of the day type of thing, and I was
Yep.
like, "Ooh, this is actually a pretty cool deal," because I have one that is, not this fancy. It's kind of similar, where it's got, like, the different configurations. It doesn't do, I think, the monopod thing, but it does do the thing where it will also you can take the thing out and flip it over so that
Yep.
you can have the camera kind of, like, upside down or, like, very, very low, and, I always thought that was, like, a neat idea, and I always that elephant is funny. I ended up packing this travel kind of tripod with me when I went to Thailand, thinking I was gonna
Okay.
use it a lot, and I only used it a little bit. But I remember doing
Really?
all this research on, like, which ones were, only, 15, 16 inches, and I could do it in, like, the water bottle kind of meshy side of my backpack or different things like that. So I get the idea of the tripod, and I actually still think it's a good idea. So I'm gonna give this one a thumbs up, and I feel like you're a thumbs up on this one too.
I am a thumbs up just simply from a price perspective because there's a Peak Design one that I've really, really wanted, but then I looked at it and I was like, "Oh boy, $400 for a tripod." I'm like, "Ah, I
Oh,
can't do
no,
that."
yeah, I can't. I don't think I've ever spent more than maybe, like, $80 on a tripod.
Yep. Also, I've never done this. I have a tripod that can do this, and I've never done it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the flip
Yeah, the
upside
upside
down and it
down.
like the yes.
I don't even know how to do that.
Alright. I'm gonna say thumbs up on the tripod. Audience out there, tell us if you would buy that. So give us a yes or a no, and then tell us and say the tripod because we won't know exactly what you're talking about. Let us know. Would you buy that? Now I've also pulled up the chat in the YouTube window because of the restart and everything. Are not able to see the comments, but now that I have the YouTube window open, now we can also see the comments as well. So I gotta say, we've got oh, you're already in the chat. Pixelpia
Okay,
is
yep,
here.
I am in the chat.
Pixelpia, I hope that your move is going safely. You do it is here. Hey, Summer Silvery. I don't know if you know this, but Summer Silvery is only a week on Giphy, has
She's
uploaded 100 GIFs,
she's a
and,
big deal.
she's already breaking 30 million views. I've been on there for, like, 2 years, and I think I've hit 65 million. She's been on there 1 week.
Crushing the game.
Crushing it over there. So I'm so happy to see that. Congratulations to you. And I think everyone knows this, but when we told you to go subscribe and we were celebrating, she'd hit her 500. I looked and she's doing fantastic over there. She's like 540, 50 subscribers over there. So
Mhm.
congrats to you. All the good things. So
All the good things.
all the good things. Yes. Oh, Liz Brousseau is in the house. So that's awesome. Love that.
Hello, hello, everybody. Gosh, you have such an awesome audience. I
They
mean,
are
not to say
pretty
that mine's not
awesome.
awesome. That would be yeah, that would
Yours are awesome too.
I know they are. Like that sounded bad when I first said it.
Yeah, a
My
little bit.
audience is
Little bit,
okay. Well,
but that's
okay.
okay.
Well, and
They
signing
forgive you.
off.
They understand.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Well, I'm happy to see
I
everyone. Yes,
I got
and
a lot of yeses.
thank you for sticking with us. I know that that other live is, probably confusing. We'll have to delete it, as well as go check it out, though, if you are interested in buying Scott's old camera and
Yep.
getting a good deal on it. So, we'll leave that
Old
up.
is relative. It's a year old EOS R.
I know, I'm almost actually, like, interested and be like, but I gotta say, I have my eye on that Sony ZV-1 because I want something small and portable for, like, just whipping around, and actually, I've been thinking about selling. I have a Canon 70D and a Canon 80D and then the Panasonic that I stream with, so I've been thinking about selling the Canon 70D.
What if I told you that you didn't need the Sony VZ1?
Uh-huh, why is that?
What if I told you that you possess 2 devices currently that do at least what the ZV-1 can do?
Mm, they're not as small and portable, they don't have the product auto zooming, and, the small reach I like the idea of the ZV-1. I don't wanna carry the DSLR, so I like little mirrorless and okay,
Oh,
what?
no,
What?
no.
Okay,
Your
what? What?
phones.
Yeah, I know.
An iPhone and a Pixel.
Yes.
easily keep up with the ZV1.
Mm. I will say I did film I made lunch today for myself. I do Home Chef. I don't if you know, it's kind
Oh
of like
yeah.
a meal delivery service.
Oh yeah.
And I did Home Chef today for lunch, and it was a cheeseburger flatbread. But I decided to do a YouTube short, Instagram story, reel, whatever you want to call it. And I did that on my iPhone. It looks okay, but I'm just saying.
Mhm.
I'm trying to up my vertical video game, as you know, and you just got to keep practicing. But
You do.
Mhm.
You are the queen at it. There's no question about that.
I don't know about queen. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get better at
Queen.
it.
There's no. I don't go to anybody. Who else would I go to?
I don't know.
Who else could you name that it has as strong a background in vertical video as you?
Benjamin Brandon.
I don't even know who that is.
Access Benjamin on vertical or on Instagram. I think he makes beautiful Instagram videos. Is his thing. He
Sure.
has a very teal and orange aesthetic from what I've seen, but I enjoy watching his behind the scenes type stuff. Jordy Coalitic on TikTok, amazing. Jesse Driftwood,
Now Jesse's good. Like I will
so
give you,
good.
Jesse's really good.
Right.
He's
So when you said
phenomenal.
that, I was like, there's so many people I would go to
No,
for
but
vertical
like
video before me.
no, no. Okay, so the first two I didn't even know who they were. So I mean, I'm a terrible creator. I'm like, I don't know who they are. They're dead to me. Like I don't know them. Like I'm sure that they're fantastic, but they are no Shelly.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
So
very much.
okay. So we got to get back to doing the thing, but
Okay,
I'll
sorry.
continue. All right. So we have a tripod, but now you've bought you you got this great tripod. Your camera's on it. Perhaps you bought a used EOS R and that comes with an adapter to where you can live stream all the time. That has a dummy battery unit in it, but you don't know where to plug it in. You
Mm,
don't have a
mhm.
clue where to plug it in, so now you need to have yourself a power strip.
I think I'm
Not
picking
yep.
up what you're
So,
laying down. This one
mhm.
I
So now
added
you have to
myself.
you did. You have to have a power strip to do this. Personally, I would go with this one.
Now, here's why I chose this one.
Okay.
Because if you've ever noticed when you have a surge strip protector, and it's usually traditionally 5 or 6, but all of them are in the same direction. And so when you've got
Yes.
something like a brick for like an iPad, if you've got like a larger thing for like a monitor where it's like,
You
like
can
the
go
thick one,
bloop,
then
bloop,
you really
bloop,
like
bloop.
eliminate one. And this,
Yep.
all of them, they also face the opposite direction when they're,
Yep.
so not only that, right? Because even if they all then face the same direction, then you still can have that problem when they're stacked like that. So it's already going to be the case where you can stack them on the opposite sides. But then this one has the added thing of having all of the USB chargers at the
Mhm.
bottom. So I have one over here where it's 4 plugs, and they mainly face opposite directions. So I like that. And it has 4 plugs at the bottom. Two of the USBs are 2.4, and then the other two are 1.1s. So two charge faster than the other.
Okay.
And it's so convenient to be able to have like being able to charge the phones, the Pixel, the tablet without still using one of the on top plugs.
Now,
So,
just so you know, I actually use this service right here. You can see it on the screen. I can get into this service a little bit. Basically, it is AI driven service that says, give me the best deal on the thing that I'm currently searching for. So it's looking specifically
mm,
for the best deal on Amazon for you to do this. And there is a strong evidence. This AI is saying there's strong evidence that this surge protector is one of the best portable surge protectors.
mm.
They're saying that it's a great deal. It is average 26.99, 26.99 on here. It's so it's kind of legit. It
And
has
not only that, but you're supposed to replace your charge or your power strips like every few years.
I
Because
did
if
not
you
know
look at
that.
the guarantees on them, because a lot of them will say like up to $50,000 protection of blah, 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 they will put restrictions on like how many devices at like what amp and everything. But
Mhm.
they will also say, only for like a 5-year period or something like that. So back when they had like the Cyberlink battery backups, like the 675-watt ones, where it would actually provide some power to your in the case of like a blackout, but in the case of brownouts, it really was like a automatic voltage regulator to kind of keep the power steady, which is like almost like worse for you than like the regulating voltage is like almost worse for you than actually just the outage. So the kind of like the line conditioners and stuff. So it's really popular in like home theater equipment because you want to
Okay.
have that steady. Um, they're saying that like those kind of microcurrent things and variations over years can actually make that go bad or like reduce the amount of efficacy. So they're like
Hmm.
replace them every 5 years or so. So
Did
people who
not
are
know
still
that.
using the same ones from college, they wouldn't still like protect you.
I
I
don't
have
do
to
I
say
didn't
something
yeah.
though.
Okay.
So sorry. I just noticed we had a comment come in on Amazon. So sorry about this, Simon. We're not ignoring you. We're gonna go back real quick to the tripod question. He said, "Can the tripod be used for video cameras, and smartphones, or is it geared mainly to one or two of them?"
Can hold 33 pounds, so it can do all of the things.
It can do all the things. It has that standard quarter-inch screw, usually at the top of the plate, and so that can be anything from audio gear, video, like the smartphone adapter. So anything, yes, any of the three. So if you have a
Mhm.
really heavy rig with like a DSLR camera, like the EOS R with a really long lens and heavy lens, it is still going to support that. So Simon, if you're still out there, sorry I missed your question there, but yes, you're going to be fine.
By the way, this surge protector gets 4.8 stars out of 5 on
I know, I picked a good one.
33,000 ratings. That is phenomenal. I
I
would
know.
buy it. I don't need one, but
Maybe you
look,
do because you're probably using the same one from.
nope, I just went and bought all brand new ones literally last year. It's
Oh,
like they're
really?
brand new, like right up. I have a battery backup underneath this
That's so
side
awesome.
over
Oh,
here. Like, yeah,
very proud of you. Very
thank
proud.
you. So I
So
would
I'm
buy.
giving it a thumbs up as well. I thought this one was a pretty good one with all the USB ports, with all of the opposite facing plugs. I was like, yeah. Audience, let us know. Would you buy that? Both of us are going to say yes. You let us know though uh, if you're in agreement or not.
Okay, so camera's all set up, everything's good, plugged in, but you want to set the mood just a little bit. Just a little bit. And so if you're like me, and we discussed this concept of maple, I believe in the last show.
hmm Well, it was like fig and
Yeah,
bacon or
big
like
and
something
bacon,
like that, right?
but this is wax and wit funny candles, scented
Ooh.
soy candles. This one is infused with bacon and maple. It says, I wonder if my bacon thinks about me. But the best part is you go through be savage, not average. Hashtag slay all day. Hashtag, I'm not going to say the next one because we're on YouTube. Hashtag check yourself.
Before you wreck yourself.
Um, so there are a lot of hashtags because bacon, hashtag bacon is happiness, hashtag alternative lettuce. Interesting. Coffee is life. That's probably one I'm going to buy. I'll be honest.
Oh, we have one more follow-up from Simon. He says, "Would you have to buy a smartphone adapter as well?" And he said, "Sorry, I think you're on to surge protectors now, but thank you." Just
Uh,
FYI, I believe it came with a little
it,
adapter for the
it
smartphone,
does,
but
but
you
I
could
would still
always
get
have your
another
own.
one.
I would
Yeah.
always buy the Ulanzi version 2, ST2, I believe it is.
Yep.
That's my favorite one because it's big enough to still support a phone case on it, like even with a grip
hmm
on it. And it has the screw down, which makes it uber secure. So it's always my favorite choice. And the ST2 versus the ST1
hmm
has additional screws on it. So if you wanted to put on like something else, you could also have it. It's on the top either
right
side.
there.
So I always go with that one.
I don't know
Oh
if
yeah,
my
I have the same. I've got like
Yep,
a whole
that
bunch.
one.
Oh, sorry.
That's the
It looks like
one.
this. I guess I can show it to you. One second.
Beep,
The
boop.
Ulanzi one. And this is my switch pod by Pat Flynn, by the way. So you can see.
You get that one that Shelly has, or you can get this one from Ulanzi right here too.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one too.
This one I
Yeah,
like because I can actually like crank down on it.
yeah, and this one. So there's an extra quarter-inch screw here,
Oh,
as
nice.
well as quarter-inch screw on this side. And the version before the ST1 doesn't have those. It just has the rest of it. And then this, I also would recommend if you have something like the switch pod or something, you get these in a set of two. These are the UTE bit ball head mounts. So basically, you can kind of then get this at an angle that you need.
Yep.
So those are
Perfect.
mine. Oh, Simon says, "Thank you.
Oh,
You two make a good team, by the way."
thank you. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Simon.
that. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
So now we're going to go back to the candles. We're going to talk about coffee is life, hashtag caffeine head, but first coffee.
I like the
And
coffee is life,
yeah,
man.
coffee before talkie.
That's exactly correct.
Dogs are my people.
Oh my
Don't do
god, yes.
meth in our bathroom.
Yeah.
I don't know why that that's very specific.
That's very specific.
Happy hour pina colada, and I'm a little blunt. Okay.
I wonder if that's like a referring to like a 420 smell.
Yeah, hashtag 420 vibes,
Oh,
hashtag the high
okay.
life,
See,
hashtag
I'm
wake and
not
bake.
reading it, I'm just
Mellow cannabis flower is what it says. Now
I could
no
maybe do the
act
coffee is life, candle
coffee is
because
life one would be
coffee
good.
smells so good and fragrant by itself that when you put that in a candle, like, I love it in a body like, scrub.
Yep.
I love it yeah, absolutely.
So it looks as though, let's see, these are created in hand poured in Oregon, no toxic chemicals,
Oh,
100% soy wax.
Oregon! Pacific Northwest, I'm liking it more and more.
Yep.
I'm liking it more and more.
So yeah, I would say definitely something. I think it's cool. So you see it, it's in my cart. Of course, it's the bacon one that's in my cart. So it is definitely a thumbs up for
Thumbs
me.
up for you?
Oh yeah.
Audience, I don't know if it's specific to the bacon candle, but I'm just gonna go with candles with, like,
Here,
snappy,
coffee
like,
is life.
descriptions and funny sayings.
Yeah.
Would you buy that? I'm gonna say yes on that. So oh, Simon says we have snappy repertoire, and thanks again. So, oh, that's awesome. And he
Well,
said
thank you.
he's never seen those devices before. So awesome, we could show you something new.
There we go.
That's awesome. Love that.
And Pixel Pia says I don't need a coffee is life candle since I bought the coffee heater a couple episodes ago, but
Oh.
bacon would be nice if I'm hungry. So yes to the candles. James says I need the switch pod for my camera.
The switch
Also
pod is amazing. I do recommend,
have
though, getting that, like,
also have
ball
a switch
head on
pod.
it.
Yep.
Yeah, because sometimes you just need a little bit of tilt.
Mhm,
So,
mhm.
you need to have the ball head. That one came in a 2-pack, and I think the 2-pack was around $15, so they should be around, like, 8-ish dollars each if you're looking for something like that. The switch pod is also available on Amazon, FYI, if you guys
Oh,
ever
yeah,
looking at that.
for sure.
Yeah.
So, now that we've done all of that oh, yes, I should say, people online are definitely saying, "Yes, okay, I got my
Oh,
candle burning,
no,
I got."
James Pruitt just said, "I need the switch pod for my new camera that I just ordered." The Sony. Is it the Sony ZV-1? Is
Yeah,
it?
which Sony did you order?
I want that camera so bad. I even put out a tweet about it last night, and I said, like, I don't need it, I just want it,
Yeah,
and I
yep.
said, like, "I wants it, it will be my precious," and I put Gollum, like, right there. I was just like,
How do we get on Sony's good side? How
I
do
don't
we do that?
know. Yeah, Sony, could you notice us, please? I know we're not, like, big creators, and we're probably not gonna make really great videos if we advertise your I know why we're
We'll
not on
make
their radar.
great we'll make great videos. I
Oh.
don't even need the ZV-1. What I would like is just the Xperia 5 Mark II, and then I wanna showcase the fact that your smartphone photography and videography is fantastic.
Mm.
Sony, if you're watching.
I am thinking though about possibly getting a ZV-1 because I wanna take, um, like a nicer camera out in the field to do like vertical videos with and actually then like mess around with like shooting like really high quality and seeing like how that comes out just to play around, not on your
Okay.
phone because I don't want this iPhone green dot, I don't want
Oh,
that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, yeah, so I don't know. If certain things come to fruition, I may end up getting that one just, for research purposes.
Okay. So we got the camera or we got the tripod going, we got everything going, we got bacon is life burning on the one side, and you've decided that, you know what? Gosh, you know what would be really great with the smell of this bacon? Spicy peppers.
Ah,
But I don't wanna
okay.
I don't do outside. Like, there's just not stuff outside. I've got deer run around, they eat everything, that my plants are all dead everywhere I go.
I don't think it's just that I don't go outside, but, like, if you're in New York City, there's a lot of,
True.
like, rooftop gardens and,
Mhm.
like, windowsill gardens or, like, hanging plant gardens because, like, they just don't have space,
It's true. It's
you know?
very true. So with that said, you can get an indoor garden starter seed for non-GMO hot pepper seeds for planting, potting, planter boxes. I don't know what scissor is, whatever that is, and plant markers. So all of
Mm.
this for $30 if you want to start your own garden inside. Look at those little peppers.
Those are really cute.
Little peppers. So
I
planter
also
in a
would
box.
wonder, like, can you choose different peppers, like, in the planters?
Let's find out.
Because certain peppers are spicier than others, and for people who are a little bit more averse to spice, like, you don't wanna go, habaneros, but maybe you would grow, like, tomatillos or something, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm
there's probably
guessing.
some.
Yep. So you can choose from down here. Some of them a little different price.
Okay.
It looks like they have all kinds of stuff
I like that.
to choose from. So if red peppers are not your forte, let's see what they got here. Customer images.
You know what I
If
had heard? I don't know if you know this or not, and people out there can confirm if it's true, but green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers, it's all the same pepper, it's just when it's picked. The longer that it stays on the vine, the more it changes color. So green peppers are just ones that are prematurely picked, and so they have that more spice to it, and then the
I have no
longer they
idea.
stay on the vine, they go red or orange or yellow, and then they're sweeter. But it's the same pepper, is the
I
story I've
had
been
no
told.
I have no idea. I have no green thumb. But it looks as though
You
in
might
the
be able to
same
within this
I was
scenario.
gonna say in the gift box, it looks like it comes with a cayenne pepper,
Ooh.
a jalapeno, an
That would be a
Anaheim,
jalapeno for everyone else out there.
a jalapeno, and an Anaheim, and then I'm gonna guess that other one's a habanero, but I'm not 100% sure.
Mm,
I
mhm.
can't tell.
Well, at least they're not, like, being uber irresponsible, though, and selling people, like, ghost peppers or something that could literally kill you, because the Scoville level is so off
Oh,
the
I
charts,
probably
but
should have just went here. So cayenne,
okay.
habanero,
Okay.
jalapeno, and then Anaheim.
Anaheim. Oh, and Anaheim are very mild, so if someone were to try something like that, Anaheim might be a good place to start.
Okay. So
Mhm.
I have no green thumb. I have
Does
to say
that
no.
mean your
I
thumb
am a
would
no.
be down and
My
orange?
my thumb is down. My thumb is down in habanero color.
So here's the thing is I am not opposed to having, like, tiny little, indoor gardens and stuff, but I don't think I would do it with peppers.
Yep.
And maybe
Lemons.
yeah, if it was something fruity and not, like, vegetable based like this, especially a spicy vegetable one, because I don't
Mhm.
do a ton of spice anyway,
I
I
don't like
think I would
spice.
be more inclined. And I like the idea, like, the little, the arrow planters, they have, like, basil and,
Mhm.
those kind of spices and stuff, it's kind of fun, but I don't think I would do it with peppers because 'cause I'm not that big of a pepper lover. I don't
Okay.
know. Audience, what do you think? Would you buy that? And if you're
Pixel
watching
Pia's
on Amazon, the point of the game is you tell us yes or no whether you'd buy and we just pick random stuff.
yeah.
Stuff.
Pixel Pia says I am not for spicy things, so no for the peppers. My brother-in-law, on the other hand, has a garden outside, and the ghost peppers is one of his mildest.
Oh, wow.
What? One
Wow.
of the mildest?
Well, there are
Yikes.
definitely, like,
Oof,
other
that is
peppers that are
what?
spicier, like the California Reaper, and, like, there's all kinds, but
Whoa. Blah, I don't need all the peppers.
do you ever watch Hot Ones?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I mean, that's just wonderful
Yes.
because you watch other people going through
Pain.
misery and pain, but you don't
Yeah.
have to experience, you just watch them answer the questions while, like,
It's
getting
the
more and more
best.
uncomfortable. It's kinda great, right?
Yeah,
So
I love the idea of it.
I love it
Yeah.
too. So I also wanna say that James Pruitt bought the 6100, great camera.
Mhm.
I was looking at the, 6600 for a while or 6500 too. I thought those would be really, really good, but I'm just still stuck on that ZV-1. Although if the 6600 came around, I'd be alright with that too. It's
Okay.
more expensive. But
Okay.
oh, and Pixelpia, you said you have a couple of suggestions for upcoming things, and, yeah, of course, you can DM the links, you can leave it as a comment, you can
Mhm.
put it in the Facebook group, whatever you wanna do, absolutely. Leave it as a comment on the video itself, yes, all the things,
Mhm.
all the
Mhm.
things. I'm always looking for the things to put in my list because I do them an hour before the show. You're
I'm
actually much better at it, you do it a few hours before,
mm,
and you at least email them to me.
I do email them to you guys with the links. I don't be like, "This random thing." Like,
Yeah.
I try to make it as
You're
easy as
very much
possible to,
on it. So
like
he sent me an email like probably 4 hours ago, and it has 4 links on it. So then I just have to go and like add them and create a new
yep,
list and do so like he is like hours ahead of me literally every single time that we do
you do
this.
all
So
the other work,
you can
though.
help me and I can maybe then beat him 1 week.
It's fine with me. So now you've taken a bite of that jalapeno and you're like, "I'm ready to go." because you've just had a jalapeno
Baby, I'm
pepper,
ready to go. Uh-huh.
but you need to move around some furniture and you don't have the time to call a
Mm.
buddy or call a friend and be like, "Hey, can you help me lift this couch?" I will tell you that these things right here, these super sliders that you can move things on the carpet, you can move things on the wood floor. They are a freaking lifesaver. They are unbelievable when it comes to this. Specifically right here, the ones on the bottom right, the little round dually things you can put on the bottoms of chairs. And if you have wood floors, I learned one time in my very first house, um, if you don't put something like that on your wood floors and you have children or you have adults that like to sit in the chair and like go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, you have giant scratches on your floor. If
Oh,
you have wood floors,
oh
these are
yeah.
absolutely no brainers. And I
Yeah.
mean on anything with legs that's not living. So I mean, like put it on the kitchen table. I'm talking about it, not on children. That wouldn't work. But like kitchen table, kitchen chairs, stools, anything. This is a very much 100% yes. They do work on the carpet. You can see right here. This particular person is moving this
Mhm.
couch on a wood floor. I don't know if I would. You can do it on a wood floor like that, but it works better like what you see here. Is put it underneath something. You can just move something around. Not shame to admit it. I have something like this on every single piece of furniture with legs upstairs because I have wood floors.
I have
Strong
to
yes for
say,
me.
I not this specific one, but we have this sort of thing in our house. It is extremely like
Mhm.
helpful, like moving things around because we've tried when we can't find them, trying to put like a blanket underneath like a piece of the couch as we're moving like
Oh,
across wood
yes.
floors, and it just never works that
Mm-mm.
well. And I just absolutely two big thumbs up on this one. I have to say yes. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yep.
Audience, you let us know. Would you buy that? I almost put in here though, they have like that looks like appliance strap looking thing so that you put on a harness and the person across from you puts on a harness and then like it's like a strap thing so
Oh,
that you can
yeah,
like
yeah, so
lift a washing machine or something.
those work with work lifting a washing machine. Can
And in fact,
totally
that's what they use in the advertisement. I was gonna put
Mhm.
that in, but I went with the sliders instead because, my husband and I swear we almost got divorced the other day when we were, like, trying to move, like, this piece of furniture, and, he ordered that exact same thing, and I'm like, maybe because it's, like, in multiple pieces, so we're
Mhm.
hoping for all the rest of the pieces that, we won't kill each other, and we'll be able to, like, use that harness thing to lift the heavy pieces.
So, real quick on the harness thing,
Yep.
make sure you put it further up closer to your elbow than you think you need it.
Okay.
Not on the elbow, but not on the wrist. You want it so, like, between your wrist and your elbow,
The forearm.
a little closer well, hang on a minute. So, like, if you draw a line more closer to, like, the 50, 60% if your elbow's 100 and your wrist is 0.
Okay. Good to know.
Just just from me to you.
No,
Otherwise
no, that's great because we
uh
have multiple other pieces of this, like, furniture stuff that we have to move, and we only got through 1, I think, of the 4 pieces.
oh, brutal.
It
I
was bad.
hate moving.
It was really bad.
Hate moving. Okay, so now you've got your sofa everywhere that it needs to go.
Yep.
You still got everything on your tripod. You've now had another jalapeno, so you're sitting down on the freshly moved sofa,
Mhm.
and you're like, "Man, I really would love to have either maybe an adult beverage, maybe you like, I don't know, like a Diet Mountain Dew, something, maybe a bubbly water. I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever would make you happy." And you sit down on the couch, and if you're like me, where in the hell do you put your freaking drink? Because maybe you have a sectional and you're sitting in one part of the sectional that has no access at all with putting your cup down.
Mhm.
This is called the sofa stud.
Sofa stud. Okay.
You can put this thing in between the cushions and
Oh.
put your drink in the cushions,
Huh.
just like that. You put it, see, the worst Photoshop job I've ever seen in my life. You random sofa stud with 2 dudes on the couch. That's not how this works. So let's see if
I'm
we can
pretty
go a
sure
little
it
bit
is
further.
how it
Look at
works.
here you go, right here at the bottom. You can specifically see, boom, you can put that right there
Do you
for your
remember a couple weeks
drinks.
ago we had the thing for, like, in the car? Like, the thing
Yes.
that intentionally catch
Uh-huh.
your french fries and stuff and make it so you can't drop things in there?
Uh-huh.
This is, like, that to the next level. It's, like, at your
Look at
home
that.
and now the
Look,
cup holder.
unbelievable. Look at that.
Oh, I'm
This is
looking. I'm
this is the
seeing.
thing I am the most excited about.
This is it?
This is
This
the
is the
thing.
thing?
This is the thing.
But what also like, what happens if you have, like, the restoration hardware, like, cloud sofa, which is just, like, a big soft pillow? Like, there's not enough, like, edge of the cushions to really have that stand up straight and be secure.
Oh, no. Mm-mm. This is very much a hard yes for me.
Well, yeah, for you,
Unbelievably
but I'm
yet.
saying it's also
Uh,
going to depend on the sofa that one has.
most sofas this will work out on. No question. No question. There are gonna be some sofas that it just doesn't work.
And what's wrong with a side table or a
What if you're in a sectional? Mike, like, if I'm sitting in the middle of a sectional,
Uh-huh,
I can't reach. I
uh-huh.
gotta bob
You
and
know what's
weave
funny is
to it.
we do have a sectional, but it also has the pieces in the middle that have cup holders and actually have, like,
Oh,
electronic, like, plugins and stuff. So
really?
it's like a section that's like, 12 inches wide that goes in between, like, so
Oh,
because it's
okay.
like a huge sectional kind, so I don't think that even this would fit in between those cushions, and not only that, I wouldn't want it to encourage people to have sodas and stuff that are going to spill.
No. So my for me, I have a couch with like a I call it a big man certified couch. Like, this is a couch that is meant to be slept on, tons of people on it. I can probably put probably 8 full-size adults on this couch that I have upstairs. Massive couch. Like, it dominates the room. And these would be perfect because if I'm watching a movie like a Marvel movie especially, and then once I put that drink down, I wanna put my drink in a cup holder so I can watch very attentively into the
Uh-huh.
MCU, but, like, I don't wanna sit it on the ground because then the dog walks by, like, I don't need that.
Okay, let me ask a question though.
Yeah.
Is your sofa at some point, like, backed up against a wall?
Yes.
Okay, so here is one thing I would say. My friend Brent on BYO Tools, he had just made a TikTok the other day about how there are these receptacle things that basically you kind of like do the pressure push and it like reveals like like a surge protector thing. So that right, but they also have ones where you can kind of do the press, I think, and it will come up and have basically some sort of receptacle or something like that in it, or you don't have to push because it just is. So
Mhm.
he had put like this shelf thing, like, and it was like a 4 inch wide plank, and then he had drilled the whole receptacle part, and he's like, he put some of those pop-ups there, and like you could have the cup thing. So I would like much rather have that on the back, 5 inches of the sofa and have that like behind
That's
than this and have
way
it in
too much.
between the cushions.
That is way too much effort when I can just spend $10 and put that thing in my couch. That's
I'm
a
gonna
lot. It's cool, but it's a lot of effort for me
I think
just to put
it's a
down a
little bit more
drink.
like grown up, I think.
What? You can hide that though.
It just seems like the type of thing that a college frat boy
Um,
would be really excited about.
wow. Wow, I just got called a
No, I'm just saying,
you
like, personally,
you
like,
you said
I
it.
don't see a whole bunch of women running around being like, "This is the perfect thing for my family."
True story. I'm gonna admit this, and she's probably watching because I know she's texted me. The last 2 weeks, I have emailed you links, but I haven't picked them out. My wife has.
Mhm.
So my wife picked this out.
Doesn't mean that she was necessarily excited about it. Maybe
No,
she
she was
just picked
very
stuff.
excited about it. She even texted me. Verbatim, she said, hang on. The 4 things in the cart, I
They're
would
in the
honestly
cart.
buy. The 4 things of the cart, I would honestly buy all of them.
Well,
That's
you
what
know
she
what
said.
though? If that's how it works for your family, and you're saying you have this huge sofa and the other
Yeah.
things are like, if the lady of the house is happy, then
And
you're
that's
gonna do
exactly
it.
right. And that's exactly why I have been sending the items, because she likes it, then it shows up in the Amazon cart and I just use it. Perfect.
Yeah. I like that. It's a good system though. She puts things in the cart and you buy them.
I mean, that's pretty much how it goes. I mean,
It
it's
I gotta
pretty
get
much
myself a situation like that. Mine is like, no, not that situation.
mine's mine's I put in I put a Shure SM7B into the cart, and wouldn't you know that it moved out of the cart? It was
Oh,
really
weird.
weird.
Save for
Weird.
later. No, just deleted.
It was a save for later, so I gotta give her credit. It was a
Okay.
save for later,
Well, you know what
but
though? If you sell your Canon EOS R, you could buy the Shure SM7B.
oh, I wanna buy one really bad.
I know.
Really bad.
But I'm saying that could be motivation for also you sell that camera and then you can buy the Shure SM7B.
I'm trying. I'm trying. It's on my Twitters.
Mhm.
It's on the old tweet machine.
And on your Instagram.
No, I didn't put it there. I was
Uh-huh.
I know I should have.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Did you
not
leave it as a
great.
pinned comment on any of your videos or put a community post?
Mm-mm,
No. Did you put it on your website?
mm-mm.
So how hard are you really trying to sell this?
Not very.
Okay, then. There it is. You know that there's also I don't wanna make you feel bad, but you know that you can list this on, like, I don't know, on different sites. You know that Amazon, the site that we're on right now, you can also send equipment to them, and they will not always, you're not gonna get retail value or, like, what you would getting selling it to someone else, but you can send them equipment, and they'll just give you gift cards as well.
Wait, what?
Have you never seen that? Amazon has, like, basically kind of like a trade-in type program, so if you've ever been looking
No.
at a shop, like, on a page, let's say it's the Sony ZV-1, and then it says, like, prices from other retailers, and it might even be, like, one that says, like, "Buy this for $695 from other
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
retailers or
yeah.
used," or something like that. So
Yeah.
sometimes they'll take items that are used, and they'll buy them back from people at a lower cost, and then they refurbish them and fix them up, and then they will put them back out there. So sometimes you can go in and put in your equipment, and they'll give you an estimate on how much you would get. It's, like, not very much at all.
Mm.
And then you send it to them. They give you a label just like any other return. And then if they accept it, you'll get a gift card or a credit or something. And if they don't,
Mm.
sometimes you can choose to have it like sent
Had
back to you or
no
whatever.
idea.
Yeah,
No idea that was a thing.
it's a thing.
Clearly, you see how hard I'm trying to sell it.
Uh-huh.
Not very.
Well, not
All
only
right.
that, but sometimes like some places you go to like a Glazers or like different places where you can go in and do stuff on like consignment or like
What's
go
the
down to pawn
Glazers?
shops or it so is that not like B&H Photo? If they
Yeah.
had stores,
Okay.
you can also go in and trade equipment there. Sometimes at like guitar centers, different places you can actually go
Mm.
in, basically do that too.
I did not know.
You're
I
not
learned
trying
so
that
much coming to the
hard.
show. I help people spend their money and then I learn things.
Ah, it's great
It's a great thing.
for you.
But but now that so maybe you decided that you don't want to put your beer or your can of Coke in the couch.
Mhm.
You want to have a self-cleaning
Wait a second,
insulated
wait a second.
what?
Did I $118? Did I read that right?
We're not there yet. Shh, it's fine. Shh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Shh, shh, shh. It neutralizes bacteria for your peace of mind. Is $118 really that much when it comes to peace of mind?
Yeah.
Look,
My
look,
peace
look,
of
look.
mind can
You
be
can
bought
have
for, like, a $30 Swell bottle and, like, a $5 bottle of, like, Palmolive.
you can have fresh water in 60 seconds that works with the touch of a button and self cleans every 2 hours to keep your bottle fresh and stink free. Yeah. This is a self-cleaning bottle.
Uh-huh.
Self-cleaning bottle.
Uh-huh.
Insulated water bottle.
Self-cleaning out your wallet bottle.
Oh, hey now. What you did there? I sees it.
I sees it.
I
Is
sees
it,
it.
like, UV light? Is
Yeah,
this
so
what
it's a
we're
little you can see it up here. Get the little bit of purple.
does it have to, like, be recharged?
It does. It does need to be
Oh,
recharged.
there's so many things I hate about this already. No, even
What?
remember that other one with the lights and stuff that was like $60 was
Yeah.
pushing it, but this one for like 120? No. On
It
my
it
automatic
keeps your water
percolating electric
cold.
kettle. That's
Cold
like
for 24
$39. It has a blue
hours
light, but, like, no.
and can keep hot things for 12 hours.
So does the coldest water bottle, like, keep things, like, cold for, like
Look, you can go a
oh.
month on a full charge. A month on a full charge. Look at this. Look at
Are you keeping
this. You
your
can fill it
water
up
in the
anywhere with
same
fresh
container for
water.
a month?
You can fill it up anywhere. You fill it up,
Mhm.
sanitize, boom,
Yes, because all
done.
of the time that I go, like, hiking out into, like, Mount Rainier and then decide, "You know what I
How
need? I
clear
need to
must the
keep
water
this
be?
river water clean
You
for
never
the
know.
next month."
You could be out there. Is
You are out
$118.
there. You are out of your mind.
Is $118
Oh my
if
gosh.
you're out there, if you're out in the wilderness and you're like Bear Grylls where you're eating fish basically alive, and you're like, "Man, I would really like to have this water bottle that can keep my water clean,
But they
and I
have
don't have
their
to
own
worry about
UV
that."
thing, like, filter things that are separate,
You do. They actually
and I
say
don't
that you
think
should
those
have.
things are, like, $120.
Nope, you're probably thinking like, so the one that's probably the most popular is the straw. I think Mark Rober actually did a YouTube video on it. The
Okay.
straw where you can stick the straw in like the muddiest of water
Yeah.
and drink immediately out of it, and
Wow.
it's good for like 1,000 gallons. And now that straw is a $25 straw.
Yeah, then what would I need this for?
This is a whole water bottle for 118.
Okay, so I just want you to know Simon is still
By the way,
on
it's
Amazon, and
still a
I think
thumbs
the
down for me.
LOL, is just laughing at you.
Pixel Pia says I'd rather have some vodka to clean it out. There you go.
Pixel
$118 is a lot.
You are just they are out
I
okay.
tried to
I'm
sell it.
sure it's a great thing, but,
Did
like,
it
no,
sell
not
you?
even for a second was I ever
You
even
not even for a
consideration,
second.
like, no, not even. You could
Now,
not
okay,
convince
let
me
me
that
ask you this
someone needs
question.
that.
What
Well,
about
okay, no, no. You
the
could not convince me that I need that. Someone else may love it and be like, "Oh my gosh, it's only $120. The
do you have
last one I bought was 300, but
do
not
you
me."
have the Ember coffee cup?
Yes.
Microwave seems to work just fine for keeping coffee warm.
Yeah, but if I have to do that, like, 10 times a day because my coffee's always cold, although that, you can't put that cup in the microwave, so the hot plate is really a better deal for me, like $20. But the thing is, I did not pay for that Ember mug. It was a gift. It was free.
I'm just saying.
It was free. It was free
I'm just
99.
saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I don't know what you're saying because I didn't spend
That
a
an e
nickel on it.
I'm just saying.
You take your glasses off of your head and that indignation out of your mouth because I never spent a penny on that.
What I'm saying here is
No, not even a little bit.
But you saw where I was going with this. Like, well, hey, I mean, if you're don't want to keep your water nice and clean, but you want to keep your coffee nice and warm, because those Ember mugs are expensive, and I really want
They
one
are.
too. They're really expensive, and I really, really want one. But much like you, as I can't justify buying an Ember mug, because let's be real, the actual mug, like the little one, that's not enough coffee.
It's not enough coffee, and I have to
No.
keep then doing it. So, but they have larger ones now. But
But
the
those
the
things are
one
like
that I got,
150,
yeah, the one that
bucks
I
for the
got,
big
I think
one.
is like 8 ounces.
Yeah, that's
Which
not
is
enough
like a
coffee.
whisper of like, yeah, it's anyways. Oh, Simon is saying that laugh out loud. You two are too funny and it makes me smile just watching you two talk. Thanks, Simon.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
That's nice.
James Pruitt says I go outside, scoop the water off the ground.
I don't know.
Do you live on a boat? Do you live
I'm
in a
on a
place that
boat.
has do you
I'm
live in a
on a
place that
boat.
has a lot of water on the ground? Should you be concerned? Do you
I
have a
don't
sump pump?
I
I
don't know.
hope you're okay, James.
That's
Last but
nice.
certainly not
I hope
least,
everyone's okay.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do
I know.
too. So just so you know, the next thing is also basically 120 bucks.
Okay. We're just
I'm pretty
preemptively
excited about this one too.
You said you were excited about the other one too.
I thought for sure that I was going to go 4 for 4. 3 for 4 at best. The water bottle was the one that I thought was going to be
And
the
also, you
hard
revealed
one.
your secrets. These aren't even your
I
choices,
did.
so I don't
I
even know why
did.
you feel like you have any skin in the game. None of these
I
were
have
your
all the
choices.
skin in the game.
You're like, I am defending my wife's honor.
Look, if it hits my credit card, I have skin in the game. Like this is a pop-up fire pit, portable, lightweight, 24-inch, weighs 8 pounds. This is a fire pit that you can basically light up anywhere.
That's actually pretty cool. You take that down to like some sort of beach.
Yep, you can do this. You can
Sand.
do basically go
Oh,
out, sit at a patio. I do like that they put down a
sand and
mat,
stuff, or
like
oh,
some
it's
sort
a
of
mat.
mat,
Okay.
and you can
I
have
thought
a
it was like
nice.
sand.
I think that's cool.
I think that
Backpacking.
is cool too if you were like, if you're camping.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it looks
I
like
would rather
camping
spend
is where.
$120 on this because at least then I can make s'mores and I can,
Yeah,
roast hot dogs. The other thing, I mean, I could just bring a water bottle,
not the
freeze it
same.
and use it, and then it will get cold. I mean, like, no.
Not the same.
Because actually, if it's a brand new water bottle and I'm opening it up and it was frozen and now it's cold and it's, like
So
clean.
my question is like, do you use? So you would just use regular wood?
Yeah.
Because some of those don't like. Some of the pictures don't look like wood. Like that doesn't look like wood to me. That looks like some weird. Like I don't know what they're burning, but that doesn't look like wood to me.
I don't know. It's like more bulbous and tall
It looks
than
like
like
the
a pile
fake.
of wood.
Yeah, it looks like the fake wood you'd see in a fake fireplace. Like this is
No,
actual
it doesn't
real
look like
wood.
that.
This is real wood. Looks like it.
Huh.
Um. Yeah,
And
that's
that's
real
the
wood.
type
There
of
you go.
thing, like, you could have that in your backyard on, like, a big brick patio type thing,
Yeah,
and, like, go out with your kids and, like, camp in the backyard and have, like, that little outdoor experience without having to dig a fire pit and have all of the stones around it and
I
ruin your
agree.
backyard. I'm gonna give this one a thumbs up.
I say thumbs up because I like
Thumbs
fires.
up.
Like
Where's the
I'm
2
obs-
thumbs up? Boom. Double thumbs up. 1 from each of us. Uh. Audience, would you buy that? I don't know. Yeah, yeah, let us know. Because sometimes we need s'mores to go with our vodka.
from the water bottle. That's nice and clean. The cleanest vodka you'll ever drink.
Yeah.
Clean,
Pixelpia,
ice
if you're
cold
really into
vodka.
vodka, I guess you can let us know which one, is your favorite. I have no idea. Like, the best vodkas from, like, the worst vodkas, so couldn't tell you.
Ooh, best vodka. Ooh, God, that's
See, I don't know.
tough.
Is Grey Goose still, like, is that even, like, I
I
just
don't
know the
think that's.
name brand, but do people think it's a good one
Yeah,
versus, like, Smirnoff or whatever else?
I don't know. It's whatever tickles your fancy.
I don't know. See? I
I
have
don't
no
know. It's
idea.
like I'm not a drinker, so
Yeah,
at all.
yeah. I am on the fence about the fire pit. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. So that is all of the items from the Amazon list. So at this point, we're going to say adieu to all of the
Ad-
people on Amazon,
Adieu, adieu,
to you
adieu.
and you and you. But if you're still on Facebook and YouTube's, we'll be with you in just 1 second. Here we go. And goodbye, Amazon. Thank you for having us. We'll see you next week in another episode of Would You Buy That? Right. And we're saying bye. Bye, Simon. If you're still out there. All right. Now it's just us, our buddies. It says, gotta have a
Friend.
fire pit, but that's what my 1 pound folding shovel is for. Every pound counts when hiking. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think you would just throw this
No,
on your
that's
pack
gotta
while
be a
you're hiking.
plan. That's gotta be
No.
a planned activity.
Yeah,
That's
for
not
sure.
something you just.
No, this is like, we're gonna go to the beach and like meet up with some friends and roast hot dogs.
Is that even allowed on the beach? Do you think you could light a fire like that on the
Some
beach?
beaches,
Okay.
depending on like the time of the year. I think they'll have like dry season or like band burning in some areas, or you have to be so far away from the shore or the edge and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I'm thinking more so down in like Oregon. I don't know exactly what all the rules are here.
I know. Yeah. So the West Coast, I know, has a little bit more strict in terms of burning fires, which makes total sense.
Yeah.
But we don't have that here in Ohio because I mean, Ohio is just a dumpster fire in terms of weather. Like it can be rainy. We can go all 4 seasons in Ohio in a single day and not even care. Like I have woken up and it'll be beautiful, like nice and 70 degrees on like a beautiful morning, and then the very next, like in like the space of the next 12 hours, it'll plummet, hailstorms, basically tornado activity, and then boom, hit a cold front right at the very end, and it'll be 40 degrees.
Wow.
It can get. Ohio's aggressive
It's a little
weather.
frantic.
It's
It's like finding
aggressive
its
weather.
identity It's got multiples of
It's
it.
just too aggressive.
Oh, Pixelpia says, I am Absolute Vodka, the pear vodka.
Pear
Good
vodka.
choice. Good
Absolute.
choice.
Okay.
Good choice. Very good choice. Okay, Scott, is there anything you want to hit him with? I know we're running over onto your now family / everything time because of our restart and everything. Anything you want to tell the peeps? I won't keep you too long.
At Scott Peachy on Twitter. At the Scott Peachy on
You're
Instagram.
just like, here's my socials.
Buy my camera. $1,800 for like a crazy good package. Check out my Twitter. If you're serious, I probably should list it more places. But then again, that would, I don't know.
Only if you're serious
I
about
go
selling
back
it.
and
But
forth.
obviously, we've
Yeah, I
established you were
know.
not.
I know. I just got it last year. It has such a
What does
low
that
shutter
have to
count.
do with anything about how, like, you selling
Because I
it?
used my previous camera for like
No. I'm
several
saying
years.
if you're serious about selling it, you have to put it all these different places
I
to advertise and
know.
let people know. And then you said,
I
I've only had
know.
it a year. And I'm like, what does that have to do with the slice of bread? We're talking about all the places you're
It's
advertising it.
basically saying like I don't do a good job of utilizing the stuff that I have.
Obviously. You should also make a community post because the people who maybe watch your content might be people who are interested in technology. And they might also find it kind of cool to buy a piece of equipment from you or, and know that how
Good.
you've used it. And, if they've seen the video quality and they know that you use it, then they know what they're getting. So you might even find someone who
I go
wants to
back.
buy it there.
I
Why are
I
you
go back
fighting me
and
on
forth.
this? I'm just
I
trying to
don't
help you
know.
sell it.
I know, and I'm going back and forth. It's like I want to be like I should be like all in on it. Like the XT4 really won me over. It looks beautiful, everything about it. But then I'm like, but look how crispy I look.
You do.
That's hard to get away from.
It's
I mean,
hard. And because I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a short out there. It's so funny. Maybe it's not even short, it's just a short video in, than a landscape one, but it's like 50 seconds, and it's like this guy setting up an entire studio, like all of these cables, all these pieces of equipment, and then turns on the camera and says, "Hey guys, today we're gonna talk about why equipment doesn't matter," or something like that, or why gear doesn't matter.
yeah,
And it's so funny because we say that and we're always like, "Yeah, you can just get started with what you have," but then all of a sudden, like behind the scenes, we're just like, "I want this, and I want this, and I want this."
hmm
And, I have to tell you, so just I know you're trying to go, but now I'm gonna force you
you're
to stay
fine.
for a minute.
Fine.
So I'm in a Facebook group, as we are sometimes, but not you because 'cause you're not on Facebook,
True
and it
story.
is the Let's Get Live one. So shout out to anyone from the Let's Get Live family. But they had a post where everyone was posting their battle stations or, streaming software or and like setups, and people have like 4 monitors and 2 computers and all of these different angles, and I was like, I have my computer. Like, that's like, everyone else has, like, all of these things, so I felt it too, like, in that moment, I was just like,
hmm
"Wow, it'd be awesome to have this Rodecaster and all these, like, cool, like, camera angles, and look at all this stuff," and I felt that moment where I was just like, "I suck at this. I've got 1
So
computer and 1 camera and 1 microphone."
I have a Rodecaster.
I want one.
It is phenomenal. I'm not going to deny that. I was like, it is so awesome.
But you had someone in your audience buy it for you because they
Yes,
loved you so much, right? So
it's a
I
true
bet
story.
you there's someone in your audience that would buy your camera off you
Probably. You are
because it's a
probably
great
right.
deal.
So maybe what I'll do is I'll bring it up on the live show tomorrow.
You should.
That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
I will do that. But so the Rodecaster is everything I ever dreamed of. It is phenomenal. I use it for everything. But so
You're
since I
not helping the
changed,
situation for
hang
me.
on, I know, but since I changed careers and I work from home, I work completely remote now. I have the best setup,
Oh, I know.
the best setup from a professional perspective. Like I sound so much more crispy compared to everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
I look so much more crispy compared to everybody else. But like I don't do like the crazy setup. I have a really big monitor. I have a massive monitor, but I have a single massive monitor because I close the lid on my laptop and I do it on purpose because I try to have my desk as clean as possible, which it's not. It is a dumpster fire right currently, but I have like my work computer set up over here and I just plug in one cord and
Mhm.
that's it. Like I try to keep it as simple as possible. And I love it. except, and you can kind of tell when I touch the desk and you look at my camera and it wobbles a little bit.
Oh, I have the same because I have it mounted on an arm because
Mounted
I
on
was
an arm on
trying
the
to
desk.
save
Yep.
from having the tripod, an extra tripod,
That's
because
exactly what
technically
I did.
I have 3 ring lights. That's how I light myself, and, all these other
Really?
people have, like, yeah, that's how I do it, it's like the near, ones that are,
Yeah.
like, $90. I have 3 of them. Like, so 1 that's taller down kind of at an angle is kind of like an overhead/hair light, and then 2 on the sides and at the periphery on the 45 kind of downward a little bit lower,
Yep.
so it's like a little triangle, and then I've got, like, a floor light behind me that kinda shoots up behind me for my
Good for
backlight.
you.
But because those are $90 a piece, it's still cheaper than some of those aperture lights and stuff like that. But each one of those ring lights stands on a tripod, like a stand, because I don't
Oh
have them
my
mounted from the
God.
ceiling. So I've got 3 of those. Plus, I had my camera on a tripod, and it's just tripods all back there. And so I was like,
Oh
what can
my
I do to get
God.
one less tripod off the floor?
So, if you're looking, I don't know if you're looking for lights, but if you were, Nan Light makes a phenomenal light, and I'm gonna pull it up because this is what I use. And I was like, I don't want to pay, like you're saying, $700 for a big light thing.
Well, and the lights I really want are the Kino flows. They're what, like, all the beauty people use, but they're, like,
Okay.
$2,000. They're the huge panel ones
I
that look
don't.
like the 2 bulbs in it. It's, like, kinda what they all use, but then, like, with these big soft diffusers, and then you have to buy these huge stands for them. So I was just like, "Okay, I'm not a beauty YouTuber, but, like, those lights are sick. I want them."
I'm
So
gonna drop this in the chat
mhm.
only because this, that right there, that's the light that I use. One single light.
One night,
So,
that's it.
so it's right here. One light is right here. Is what's lighting me up,
No, no, no,
and then
bring it up on the, on a page so I can see it.
so this is the light that I have. One single solitary light.
That's it?
This is all I have. It's lighting me up. So it's at about a 45 over here above me, and you can kind of see the shadow
Mhm.
across my face. That's where it is. And then over here on the floor, um, my wife and I got this on Amazon. Go to my orders because I have no natural light down here in the basement,
Yeah.
aka the studio.
But that's good though, because
And
everything can be controlled and you don't have to sit there and deal with variation, so it's not a bad thing.
so I have this giant, those lights that you're supposed to use to get natural sunlight.
Uh-huh.
So I
It's just
have,
messing with the Kelvin ratings.
yeah, I totally know what it is, but like, so it was a huge
That
light, and I
was
was like,
snippy. That would be snippy. I totally
no,
know what it is.
no, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Don't twist my words.
Those were your words.
Don't twist them.
Mhm.
Let me go to this.
They
Where
were
is
pretty
this?
bendy as is. I didn't have to, like
Stop that. Good God, I order a
mhm.
lot of stuff on Amazon. Good Lord. Uh, light. Where in the hell is this thing?
I have to say, for anyone who's out there watching, just FYI, I know we've lost a lot of people. Just know that for the rest of your life and career, you will always be tinkering with lighting, audio, or video. It's
True
just
story.
inevitable. Like, you're always like, I think I got this dialed in. And then you're like, I think it's too blue. And then, like, you're like, okay, I don't like how I sound. And I mean, it's always a thing. But the truth is, it should never stop you from being able to, like, put out the content. It's just
Mhm.
enhancements and changes along the way.
Yeah, I mean, you just find like maybe you'll find somebody that you're like, I really like the way that they are set up, or blah blah blah
Yes.
blah blah, and then that's usually what it is. I don't know where this is at. Buy again. Anyway, it's this giant. I'll just pick it up because it'll stretch. So you probably noticed that this light is starting to shift.
Yeah.
It's this giant light, like right here.
Yeah.
And so what I do is I take it off the wall because it's supposed to be a natural light, and I bounce it off the wall
Nice.
by laying it on my desk like this. So it's a softer. It bounces off the cement wall
The
and comes
cement
back
wall.
it comes back at me and makes me look not terrible. And then what I'll do is I'll use like one of these. This is just
You wanna know
a
an insider secret that a lot of beauty girls do?
Light.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Let's do
that's
one of
nice.
those.
A lot of the beauty girls will go to Home Depot and purchase the, like, the
Clip-ons.
no, the little insulation, little flat boards that are, like,
Oh, silver.
silver reflective on one
Yep.
side and then white on the other, and then they bounce the light off that, so it, like, gives you this nice clean look. Um,
Yeah, so like I bounce mine off of so it's like a grayish brownish wall. So not regular cement walls, but and it bounces and makes it nice. But if I turn it off, it looks I'll be very much I mean, it'll light me up. Let me just turn the light off so you can see what this one light does. Hang on. This is one single light. That $100 light that I showed you. This is what it
yeah.
looks like.
That's not bad.
No. So like if you wanted to get rid of all of their lights and you wanted one, and by the way, this is only 30% brightness.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I think mine are actually on, like, very, very low because they get, like, I think they're 5,500 each, um,
Yep.
and so it gets kinda crazy, and it has the different colored, diffuser lights for the rings, and I don't know why the only other color they give you ever is orange. Like, why they thought people really just want that orange, yellow, warm effect is just kind of weird to me, but
I don't know.
okay.
Skin tone?
I don't
Maybe?
know.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. Because
Okay.
I have these little 10-inch ones that are, they plug into USB, so if you have, like, a battery pack, they're great,
Ooh, that's nice.
for that's what I use for my conference calls. I just put it on one of these, like, little arms and just have it, like, shine down on me, just a single one, but they usually will do a combination of orange or blue or white as kind of like a 3 different thing, and then, some varying levels of brightness, and those they're not fantastic, but I think for our standards are higher than some of the people that we're on calls with. So, some
I
people have still been like, "How are you, like, so bright?" Or you know what I mean, but
yeah, like everybody's like, why? Because I
"Why do you
just
look like that?"
changed careers. It's like they're like, wow, you have like a big fancy microphone and everything. I'm like, yeah. They're like, why? Well, I do YouTube on the side. They're
Oh,
like,
so you're telling people?
yeah, I
Mm,
tell them. I tell them, I was
alright.
like, yeah, I do YouTube on the side. They're like, wow, really? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And they're usually like, why? It's passion. Like I like it's
Yeah.
fun. I like doing it.
It's
I've actually
certainly not the money.
definitely not the money, and I have not put a video out in a really, really long
I
time.
know, I saw your tweet the other day saying that it's a little harder to get back in the swing of thing, like,
Yep. And it's
moving to a new
hard. Like
job and everything. It's tough. It is tough.
it's not easy, and like, new jobs will just take it right out of you. Creative juices just completely ground to a halt. And then when you're out of it and you're trying to get back into it, you're just like, I don't know how to word. And you
Words
just
are hard.
I
I
don't know
think
what to do.
I had I think a talk with Jason from Painfully Honest Tech the other day too, and I think he was feeling some of that, because he took a little bit of a hiatus and he was trying
Mhm.
to figure out some stuff with his channel and hadn't really batched some of the content. And so now he's starting to do a bit more live streaming as well, which is
Mhm.
awesome because I think he really enjoys that kind of freeform conversation versus
Mhm.
maybe feeling a little more stuck in having to create the recorded content to go out. So I think
Yeah.
he's finding like he's like, I'd rather just for some of these just go live and like have a stream of consciousness come out for a while versus probably stressing about all these recorded videos that I should have batched, you know?
I actually got a comment on a video earlier today that really
Was it the
the
unicorn
the
one?
the unicorn one.
Nope, that was Dean Nimmin. Never mind. That's not you.
Um, the person like I know that they weren't being hurtful, and I'm not gonna give them a name. Like, I like love my I love my Pixel 5 and give you a thumbs up. But if I could rate your video, I'd give it a 5 out of 10 because I'm here for the Pixel 5. Instead, all I saw for 95% of the video was your face. No offense.
No.
And I said, "Hey, no offense taken," but I was just really transparent. I was like, "Hey, that would require me to film more B-roll, which takes more time than I could commit to the video at the moment. And it felt more important for me to get my thoughts out rather than wait until I could film more background. But
I
that's
can't
the
believe
type.
that's so kind of you to respond in that manner.
I mean, I did like I think I don't so this is one of the things that I really, really try to stress. And I especially do this with not in my current work email, but like in working emails and text messages and things like that. It's really hard to read context. And I wanted to look, and you know this, the sunny side of the street. I
Oh,
wanted to
yours
give
is
the
very much sunny side. Mine's like,
yeah,
watch out, something's coming out of the back of the
like
alley and will probably kill you.
I really want to try to give that person the benefit of the doubt to say they truly wanted to see more of the Pixel 5, and my video did not give that to them, but they wanted to know what I had to say about it. They're not wrong, but the thing that
But
they're
you could also, like, put the Pixel 5 up and then, like, zoom it in and then, like, only do this for the entire video, and then be
right.
like, "That wasn't okay either." Like,
And see, that's the thing is it's like there's what's the balance, right? Like it, it's much harder, and you know this, it's way harder to make content where you're doing creative, pans and zooms and tilts and slides and
oh
like
my gosh,
it's
yes.
just so much more effort goes into that. And if you want to put out content, sometimes that's just like you're not going to be able to get that all the time. And I know that I'm not the only one that's gone through this. I know you've gone through it. Jason from Painfully Honest Tech has gone through it. Adam from Tech Odyssey has gone through it. Somebody tried to eviscerate Adam, basically talking about like, I absolutely hate it when you're on screen. I hate it when you talk. Like, well,
Then
why
why
are
are
you
you on
watching
this
you?
channel?
Why are you watching a YouTube video if you don't want to listen to the guy talk? Like,
You know what's so funny is, like, with embargoes and everything, but you know that, like, when the Sony ZV-1 or the Instacam 360 or any of the things come out,
mhm,
there are a multitude of creators that you can listen to. If you
tons.
don't wanna see I mean, that is a time when absolutely you can go and be like, "Who are the brands noticing? Okay, well, here's 25 different people who are
Yep.
talking about the 360 camera. I
And you
bet
can
you you'll jive with one of them. You don't need to, like, crap all over the one that you don't." It's just
And
so
you can
rude.
see that today. There was an embargo today. If you go and it's not hard, you can figure it out if you go to your subscription feed because you typically will subscribe to a lot of very similar channels. There was a brand new Sony lens that dropped today. The Sony GM50 f.2 lens came out. So today I'm looking at it and seeing how many of these lenses reviews, quote unquote reviews, have come out. And
Product
it's a lot.
showcases.
Yeah, product showcases, and it's a lot. And that's the one. Embargoes are really hard, like really.
Yeah.
And I've been a part of them. You've been a part of them. We've all been a part of embargoes, and that is not. It's tough because you know that the real good chance, unless you have something exceptional, you're going to get buried on day one.
Oh. Oh, for sure.
Straight up buried on day one.
Yep.
Especially our size is like, because you're just not pulling the numbers
Yeah.
that other ones are. Because what the YouTube algorithm is trying to find who's going to keep their eyeballs on YouTube the longest.
Yeah.
That's what YouTube wants, and that's what it's going to feed.
And I will say for anyone who's out there watching, it doesn't matter, like, more subscribers, more
Nope.
money, more whatever. There's a new set of problems that comes with every single level of
Uh-huh.
YouTube. So don't
Yeah.
think that when you hit Scott Size at 20,000 or MKBHDs at 12 million or Laura Lee's at 4 million. There's a new set of problems at every single stop that you're at.
Yep.
And so even when we sit here and complain, I mean, it's absolutely true. If we put out a video on the Shure SM7B or the MV7, there are people pulling 40, 50,000 views, 100,000 views. And, I don't think I broke 1,000 views yet on my video. And it's gonna be real hard for someone to probably come across my video versus, like, a Tom
And
Buck or someone who specializes in audio. It just is. So, yeah,
and
we
I don't
all
know why
feel
mine
ya.
did. That's the other thing is like mine randomly took off, and I can't explain it because I did the exact same thing. Exact same thing. No idea why it's done what it's done. But you
'Cause I
again, so
told you to
you
change it.
You did change. I changed it minorly, and all of a sudden, to the moon. But you can see if you go 11 hours ago, I can count right now. I'm looking at my subscription feed right now. Jenna, how do you say Jenna's last name?
Azaric?
Is Eric? Okay. So Jenna Azaric, Julia Trotty, Terry, Terry
Warfield?
Warfield,
Yeah.
Chris Howe,
Yeah.
H-A-U,
HAU. Yeah.
Gerald Undone, The Art of
Yeah.
Photography, all dropped videos
Probably Jevin
ex-
Dovey. Like he's on a lot of the radars.
exactly 11 hours
Maybe Peter
ago.
McKinnon.
Oh, I'm sure of it. Exactly 11 hours ago on what? The Sony 50
Well,
millimeter
they all
f
did the same with the Sony
1.2.
ZV-1. They all did the
Yep.
same with the Insta360.
Yep.
The one that just came out, like second version 2, the pinhole one,
Yep.
the one that big as your thumb. They
Yeah. By the
all
way,
came out at the same time.
do not like that camera at all.
I did for a few reasons, and I don't for a lot of other reasons.
Yeah.
But
It doesn't appeal to me in the least.
it's kind of weird with like the Doctor Strange pendant thing you got going on as it
Yeah.
like magnetizes to it. And
Mhm.
there's some cool things, but like some that are just like, what? What? Like
Yeah.
weird
Like,
battery life and like things popping out of the case and apparently like it just starts recording all the time because there's not a very good mechanism for like making sure you don't accidentally hit the button for too long. I mean,
yeah.
there's a bunch of reasons. It's still probably a great improvement over the first version, but not still at the level where people really need to buy that one versus
Mhm.
others.
Yep. And so,
Although I
like,
do like the little hat clip thing.
now that I'm okay with,
Yeah.
but I'm going back and saying, like, where has embargoes? Oppo Find X3, that was another embargo. So here you go. This week, TK Bay, love TK, great dude. Not saying any, I just know him. I've met him personally, so he's a great guy. Super Saf, Mr. Who's the Boss, Issa Does Tech, love Issa, she's amazing.
She's great.
All dropped Fandroid, bored at work, all dropped videos of Oppo Find X3.
Well, I
All
heard
dropped.
that the that Instacam one too. A lot of people were making comparisons about how they were all very oddly timed around the same
Mhm.
minute mark as well. So there's probably something in their instructions that the video needed to be a certain amount of length and time.
Yeah.
Only a
It
certain couple of people with very, very, very large followings
yeah.
didn't have to do that.
And that's the thing is, like, that's some of the things that a lot of folks have to understand is, like, this it's tough sledding. It's not easy. Um,
No.
it's
And
hard to get into, and
I have to say too, like a little bit, and this is gonna some tough love for some people where you see a lot of these creators getting gear and you're like, how come I don't get gear? You get butthurt about you not getting gear when maybe you have gotten something in the past.
Mhm.
And there's like this level of entitlement slash whining that happens.
Mhm.
And the thing is, like, I'm always like really surprised. Like, like I've told you so many times, like when Pixel, like ever, I was like, me? The iMovie girl? And I still probably they probably looked at me and be like, "We got, like, 0 videos that were worth it out of her." But, I know that when, like, CES or different things have come around and there have been creators quite vocal about, like, "Oh, I guess this company doesn't have me on their radar anymore." And I'm like, "Do you ever think that maybe they're rotating through people or maybe they did give you something last year and it didn't work out well in their favor when in relation to other creators?" I mean, it's just we're just numbers in a ledger sheet to a lot of these companies sometimes.
Yep.
And it's, what do we give them? What do we get out of it? What do we give them? What do we get out of it? And so, and like for newer creators, sometimes too, you have to realize these are business transactions, whether it's PR or,
Mhm.
sponsored videos, product showcases. What they really want is not even the video from you. What they want is exposure to your audience
Mhm.
because they want people to know about their product and hopefully want to buy it.
All about that data.
Yeah, and it's really like it could be you, it could be Issa Does Tech, it could be,
Mhm.
Scott Peachy. It's gonna be like, who's gonna do it for like one, the cheapest price and get us the most exposure and reach.
Mhm.
And so at the same time, it could be like, let's say for myself as example, they give me the Pixel 5 and they're like, dude, Shelly did a shit job in actually getting us any exposure for the Pixel. The next time it comes around, I'm gonna give this to I Justine or whatever it is. That's a horrible
Mhm.
example. Someone else.
I know what you meant. I was with you, though. I was with you.
Some
But the
other
thing is
person.
like, but they want like, yes, that's exactly what they want to do. And like, I've had an opportunity to work with a lot of different companies. I'm lucky, like, but I'll be honest with you. I'll bet you the majority of the people are like, I don't have a damn clue who that company is. Like, have you ever heard of a company called Omnicharge?
No.
They make phenomenal batteries, like external travel batteries, unbelievable battery packs. They're expensive as all get out. I love them. They're great.
I
I
was
love them.
confused. I was thinking for a second because I know Omni Point, I think, which is a like a car charging electric vehicle
Nope.
company,
Yeah,
but
OmniCharge is a like they're huge and they're TSA certified. They're great, and I've had a chance to partner with them, and like mostly because I mentioned one day I mentioned I was like, hey, I would really like an opportunity to do one of my live shows using 5G from a parking lot because the Rodecaster Pro, and I'm going to sell this to you because I know you want one.
oh,
The
I do.
Rodecaster Pro comes with a kit where you can use it mobily,
I
and so I
know,
thought
and
this
record to
like,
the
yes,
card.
and I thought that would be amazing. I'm like, I'm gonna do a full YouTube live show with stats from a parking lot one day, and I'm like, well, how in the hell am I gonna charge that? OmniCharge was like, that would be a great idea. I'm like, cool, let's do that. Like partnering with companies that most people have never heard of, but also getting an opportunity to partner with companies that I have heard of. And you and I both know this because thanks to you, sure. Like I get a chance to work with these big name brands and love it. Like, am I making a lot of money? No. No. Just straight up. No, I'm not. And that's okay. Because
Yeah,
I tend to go by, and I'm again sunny side of the street guy. I want to build the business relationship
yeah,
and then show them this is what I can provide you.
and I think
Let's
some
do
people are
that.
willing to grow with,
Yep.
like, a creator because it's like getting in early on a low price stock, because a lot of creators, if they stick with it and they see a lot of creators, good and bad, a lot of
Mhm.
them I think can sometimes tell, like, this creator is gonna go places eventually, and so it's fine to, throw a mic their way or something every once in a while because, like, yeah, absolutely. And I always remember the companies that, like, send me stuff. Like, I remember my first
Mhm.
beauty PR package, and, like, I always have a soft spot for all of these companies, which is funny because brands themselves don't have feelings,
No,
The
they
people who
don't.
work at brands have feelings
Yep.
or those relationships, but it's also funny because sometimes the person you have a relationship leaves that brand, and then you don't necessarily feel that way about the brand, you feel that way about the person, and then they go to a
Mhm.
new company, and then maybe it's new products they wanna send you, and then you're like,
Mhm.
"Okay." But, like, so a lot of this business is just all based on relationships. And I just wanted to come back real quick to the people who are upset about not getting free things or getting into YouTube for free things. It can take a really long time to get to the point where companies see you as a worthwhile investment for giving you free things. But let me also say, sometimes just working in exchange for product, especially I'm thinking in the beauty space, is not always to your benefit. So if they give you like a couple of free lipsticks, but then give you a sheet with 10 different list of demands and stuff saying that what you're being paid
Nope.
in a product, you got to be careful because all of a sudden
Mhm.
that's not the same.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
when they start having a list of demands, that's when you should be getting money. If
Yep.
they're just sending you PR or a product, but not requiring you to talk about it, it's a little bit different still.
Mhm.
Um, and I also want to say, like, you should not be expecting any brand to be sending you free stuff until you have an audience and influence. Because
Yep.
if you have neither of those things, you're not a benefit to that brand to send
Mhm.
you anything. And that's what I think a lot of people fail to realize. So they'll be
Yep.
like, I've made, 4 videos and I have let's say 77 subscribers. Well, that's great, Susie. Great. Keep going, but it doesn't mean that like Apple is going to send you a free iPhone.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's not
mean?
how that works.
It's
Like,
not how
there's
it works.
so many more numbers to go into because, again, they're in the business of making money. They're
Yeah.
in the business of getting people to buy their product.
Exposure and dollars.
Mhm. What it comes down to,
Yeah.
can more people see the eyeballs on the product? That's what they want, and that's what they're gonna look for.
Yeah.
Hey, it is what it is. Like, hey, we're all in the business. We all get it. It's a numbers game. I totally
It is.
understand.
And people just
But
have to realize.
one that soft spot with the brand is the very first brand that ever did anything like that with me was Moment. That's there. They will always have a soft spot in my heart.
Yeah. I
So
get that. So there's a few companies they've like given me product. I remember I met them at like VidCon. So Oloclip gave me like something. That's where I first met and started talking with Shure. The people that I've met through TubeBuddy, I've had relationships with them for years. And then like Sue, which is a Korean skincare, they were my first ever PR package, period. And they're
nice.
lower price Korean skincare stuff that you find at like Target, Walmart, stuff like that. And even to this day, I still follow them on Instagram. I know they follow me, even though I don't post about them a lot, but like I still have a soft spot in my heart for them,
Mhm.
like forever, forever and always. Oh, Modern Day Tech is here. He's saying, I love the PR people who jump ship but always come back to visit. And he says,
Yep.
dollar bills, y'all. And that's another thing I would say when you make relationships with people, sometimes they do change companies, but they'll still be like, hey, I want
Mhm.
to introduce you to this new brand that I'm working at.
Yep.
And it is about those relationships because sometimes then they're like, oh, I don't work at this makeup company anymore. I work at this one. Do you want to check out this new product? And you're like, yeah, sure. But it's never good to just use them as like, I'm trying to think of a not mean way, as like
I know
this
what you mean.
disposable commodity that is like the
A
gateway
means
to you getting
I was gonna
free
say, a
stuff.
means to your ends, like, treat people like people, like,
Yeah.
there's a couple, like, there's an agency that I had a chance to be introduced to, and, I actually talked a lot about it because they sent me a product, for me to try. It was the Smart Ear, the Olive Smart Ear, and I gave it to my uncle who had COVID and, like, almost died, like, it was close, it was touch and go there for a while, and he lost a lot of hearing, because he worked in a factory and yada yada yada. And I put the Olive Smart Ear in his ear and immediate tears, right? Like tears because he could hear for the first time in almost a decade. And so
Wow.
I sent that agency, that contact that I had, hey, I just want you to know this is the impact that you made by sending me that thing. Like, yes, did it get a ton of eyeballs? No, it didn't. But let me tell you the actual tangible benefit that you just made in someone's life that you do not know.
Right.
And when I sent that person that, he came back to me and said, like, these are the things that we in the agency almost never hear of. And like him and I immediately sparked like a friendship. And he's getting ready to go be a father, and it's
Yay.
like, hey man, hey, what do you need? Send them, again, treat them like a human. That's the
Yes.
big thing. At the end of the day, we are all human. It's still jobs, jobs. We do not live to serve. That is not how we do it. It's let's just, for God's sakes, be nice to one another.
Yes. I think that's a great way to end the show. Also, I do want to send out a quick message. If you all didn't know, Restream is a channel sponsor, and we are inside of the web based browser of Restream doing interview mode. If you are in here, you can do up to 10 people on screen at the same time. You've seen throughout, we can do overlays and we can do different, all kinds of on screen positions and have people share their desktops. It's a really easy way to get started with streaming. And if and you don't have to install anything, and if you ever wanted to check it out, there's a link in the description down below where you can also get $10 off. It also works great in conjunction with Ecamm, which is absolutely one of the favorite programs of Scott and I.
Oh
We go
yes.
live in Ecamm a lot and use Restream to broadcast out to
Yes.
multiple platforms at the same time. So that's how we were on Amazon and YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, Periscope, all that good stuff, which Periscope is shutting down at the end of March. So there's only a couple more weeks left to do the live shows on Periscope. But Scott, do you know what you're talking about tomorrow on your show?
Not a clue.
Not a clue. I don't know why I
I,
don't learn my lesson because every week I
yeah,
ask you, and
not a clue.
every week you're like, nope.
Couldn't even begin to fathom a guess. Talking
Fair enough.
about tech,
Mhm. Okay, fair enough.
probably.
And also, so tomorrow you'll be streaming on your channel, and
I
then
will.
on Thursday, I will be streaming on my channel here, and I will also have a special guest. So y'all are the first to know. I will be having Goldie Chan on from, yeah, we're gonna be talking about personal branding. She is the LinkedIn queen, goddess, whatever you want to call her. She's amazing. So if you guys have never seen her, you guys should definitely figure out your life because she's amazing. So
Figure out your life.
figure out your life and how come you don't know her yet. I think she has
Mhm.
like 72,000 followers on LinkedIn.
Good
LinkedIn is
lord.
not like the site where people are like, yeah, let me follow, like with like huge, like
Yeah,
that's a
no, it's not.
lot.
That's a lot of people for LinkedIn.
That's a lot of people, and those are a lot of people with dollars and
Yeah.
influence. And anyways, she's a queen and a master speaker. She flies all over the world and speaks at conferences. So if you have questions about personal branding, any of that kind of stuff, maybe that would be a good um, thing to comment as a question, or have your questions ready so we can interrogate her on Thursday, because it's gonna be a good one.
I'm intrigued to know, like, that what does she do? Like, your personal brand is blah. Like this is what your personal brand speaks to me as.
Oh, like an evaluation, like with a
Yeah,
first
yeah, yeah,
impression
yeah.
on your brand.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm in.
Well, the peach. I think your brand is a little bit more like irreverent and
It's a good way to put it.
yeah, but it's not meant to be like super serious. Like I feel
No,
like
it's
you're a
not.
little bit more like childish, not childish, but like young, like
Hip,
hip. No,
edgy,
no. I don't know what you are, but
spirited,
irreverent I think is one of the the words.
spirited.
Sure. Yes, absolutely. All the things, all those things. So I'm really excited for that. And if anyone here is still watching, I think there's two of you. One of them is me. So you can let us know what Scott's brand is, or my brand.
Yeah, definitely interested to know what people think of my brand.
But keep it kind. He doesn't want to read mean things. So say it more kindly than I did.
I.
Uh oh.
All right, I'm out.
All right. Well, appreciate
All
your
right, y'all.
face, and I will see you all next week for another episode. Have a good night.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.